I think we all need to take a moment to thank Westpac New Zealand for the use of this magnificent stadium. To Westpac, I say thank you. And what scenes has this stadium seen? Last week's tour de force by the All Whites shows that we are world beaters if we put our heart and soul into it. Farmers know anything is possible. Farmers prove it every minute of the day. With our colleagues in fishing and in tourism, the land and sea generate 70% of the country's revenue and deliver 100% of the view. That's real New Zealand. But they say a week is a long time in politics. New Zealand farmers, to some members of our society, seem to resemble latter-day versions of the Shakespearean character Shylock. The Merchant of Venice is a controversial play. Shylock, the moneylender, is embittered and angry, a victim of anti-Semitic taunts, slights, and betrayal. Shylock is shaped as a product of his surroundings and his treatment by others. So I ask, I am a farmer. Hath not a farmer eyes? Hath not a farmer hands, organs, dimensions, senses, affections, passions? Fed with the same food, hurt with the same weapons, subject to the same diseases, healed by the same means, warmed and cooled by the same winter and summer as townies. If you prick us, do we not bleed? If you tickle us, do we not laugh? If you poison us, do we not die? The poison comes in many forms, and we face a battle for the hearts and minds of urban New Zealand on water. We're up against lobby groups and councils who, quite frankly, lie. To the media assembled here, I'm glad to show you a classic example of this on page 53 in the latest Forest and Bird magazine. What looks like a creek isn't. The poison is also the New Zealand dollar, spiked ever higher by government spending. In real terms, is some 30 billion higher today than it was in 1999. It is a testament to the grit of you, the elected office holders, and to our staff that we punch massively above our weight. Without your work, farming in New Zealand would be extremely difficult. Yet the Select Committee report on amending a toxic emissions trading scheme is increasingly a Shakespearean tragedy. All Kiwi farmers want is to be treated the same on emissions as our cousins in Australia. The fact is, we're not. The rehearsed counter-argument is that food to us is what coal is to Australia. If that's the case, then why are coal exports and the oil we export to Australia totally exempt from emissions liabilities? You can't eat coal or oil, but it highlights how woolly the thinking is. 2 weeks ago, I predicted an escape hatch for Australia's farmers would be opened. Sure enough, it has been. While the Rudd government controls the lower house coalition, with independent Senator Nick Xenophon, have the numbers in the Senate. Australia's ETS forces the government and opposition to work with one another. That spirit is non-existent in New Zealand. Labor commits itself to the wilderness by backing its ETS with messianic zeal. The government is, for unfathomable reasons, is attempting to squeeze new wine into old bottles by re-engineering Labor's ETS. The mess, no, the shambles we're in is totally unique. No other country on earth is as fixated with emissions trading as we are. It's obsessional. The result has national grasping desperately for solutions. Its offer of privilege is a solution to the political impasse, but it's a solution for what? I will speak frankly. I've had a gutsful, an absolute gutsful of having our efforts thrown back in our face. We are blamed for generating half of New Zealand's emissions. Dr. Jan Wright, the Parliamentary Commissioner for the Environment, and someone I respect, has got it crushingly wrong in saying farm emissions would be subsidised under the ETS. If there is a notion of subsidy, then who is subsidising who? Real New Zealand are farmers, manufacturers and the tourism operators who earn 100% of the currency that pays for the doctors, the teachers, medicines and services. 100% of New Zealanders depend on what we do. That, by the way, is 100% pure fact. New Zealand taxpayers are yet to wake up to the fact that ETS is a three-letter word for tax. They are yet to wake up to global and local job schemes it really is. You have to question seriously any supposed market which needs legislation to force participation. That's what the ETS is. It's an artificially created market totally dependent on international treaties and domestic legislation to operate. The international treaties ascribe vast sums of value to the intangible products which combine climate-changing gases. Why is it, after the subprime alchemy, that so many on the right and the left are buying into emissions trading? It resembles some latter-day tulip crisis, the mother of all financial bubbles. I ask how, as one commentator put it, could a mere tulip bulb be worth $76,000 US? Could carbon be worth the paper it's written on? The answer is yes, if people are either willing or forced. I repeat, forced to pay for it. It may sound preposterous, but this did happen in Holland in the 1630s. Tulip bulbs introduced from the Near East were initially bought by enthusiasts. Demand soon outstripped supply, and rising prices attracted speculators, and soon local market exchanges were established to trade tulip bulbs. Incredible, really. The prospect of a quick return infected the first Dutch middle and then lower classes. This coincided with contract trading so that virtual bulbs could be traded as paper. Everyone got into it. And while prices soared, people made money, but by 1637, the market ran out of steam and imploded. The more I hear about carbon markets,